Steelers are giving me your ascot.
Welcome to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I'm Addison.
I'm Frank.
Welcoming you to the basement. And I can't tell you how big. First of all, Chiefs blew out the Steelers.
Yeah,
saw that coming.
Browns fans, you got Cole on Christmas Day, but as far as Sunday goes, you got everything you could have asked for. We're not even going to talk about the game. Baker didn't play great.
Neither.
There was bad.
Talked about.
There was just bad flags that weren't thrown that should have been thrown.
I will say they did have a lot of bad calls in that game.
It was rough, but
No calls.
It was the second most watched game of the year, behind the Thanksgiving Day game with the Cowboys and Raiders, which is a crazy game as well. And it was like the most watched Christmas Day event in like the last 20 years or something. So a lot of people saw those refs do a shitty ass job, but anyway, so we lost, but we did get a big Chiefs win, and we got the Bungles. They got us a big win, and now they're going to lose out, hopefully, and Browns are going to win out, and we're going to be the AFC North champs, and we'll be hosting a home game.
Yeah, on the contrary.
That's what's going to happen.
Big game, Monday night, Steelers and Browns.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than this. I mean, obviously the wild card game last year is big, but as far as regular season games go, this is probably the biggest Browns.
Ben's last home game, too.
Yeah, Ben just announced that this will be, as long as we don't, if we win this is his last regular season home game. If we somehow do win the AFC North and host a playoff
could
game,
still happen. That tie could get you there.
I know the tie could work out, but he did announce this will be likely his last home game as a Steeler. So I'm expecting him to ball out, all out, say hey.
And so I hope we can just do that again. Like, as Browns fans, it's the way you want to have Ben go out, because he's beaten how many?
I don't know.
I've watched 25 games. He's won 23.
Before Baker Mayfield, he had the most wins at first center.
Trust me, we don't want him to win. We want him to go out, and we want him not only for this to be, well, I don't want to get too crazy because we might need you to win the last week. We want this to be his last game. We don't want him to play the last week because we're Browns fans. Yikes. We don't want you to face the fucking Ravens. Yikes. We don't want them to have the pleasure of having you face them as their last game. We might need you, but I believe in the Rams.
If we lose to you, you're and the Ravens somehow beat the Rams, you're going to need
Lamar
us to beat the Ravens.
Lamar practice
and
too.
A little bit of 1-2-3, maybe put Mason Rudolph in there. Yeah, and screw over the Browns. Do we want to do that? I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just saying.
But
as Browns fans, yes, we would love.
There's no way Roethlisberger's coming out either one of these last 2 weeks.
No, I know.
Even if we lose to the Browns, he's playing the final game.
But yeah, we would love to end his career, and it'll be crazy to watch.
Not end his career, but finish his career.
I'm a Browns fan.
You're saying end his career like you're going to go for his knee in his last home game. Like, get the hell out of here. But playoff scenarios.
The game can't get any bigger.
If you guys didn't know, playoff scenarios for the Browns, they can only win the AFC North.
Pretty much.
This requires them to beat the Steelers and Browns Steelers and Bengals their final 2 weeks, and Ravens lose to the Rams or Steelers, and the Bengals lose to the Chiefs, obviously, and then to the Browns. So it sounds very complicated, but it's very doable.
Really not.
It's
Browns fans, baby.
And for the Steelers, theirs also sounds pretty doable as well. So the Steelers have 2 ways of making it in the playoffs due to that tie. Tie may end up benefiting us. Obviously, if we won that game, we'd be in a better position.
Right. But if you lost,
if we lost, we wouldn't even have a chance at the wild card. We'd be in the same
boat as us. Yep.
So we have 2 chances to win the AFC North. We got to beat the Browns and Ravens. We've done that this year. Hopefully, do it again. Bengals need to lose their last 2 games to the Chiefs.
And then to the
definitely
Browns.
Possible to the Browns. Browns already beat them this year. So
when it comes down to winning the AFC North, it comes down to Monday night.
Absolutely.
We'll know going into Monday night if the Rams beat the Chiefs.
If Bengals beat the Chiefs.
Or if the Chiefs beat the Bengals.
Bengals win the division.
And if the Rams beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
If the Bengals win, they win the division.
And you're done.
Browns, we have like a 0.3% chance. But it's not going to happen.
You're virtually done.
We couldn't beat anybody in front of us besides the Broncos.
And that's where our tie's coming into play.
Yeah, and that's where your tie comes into
pass
play.
up the Chargers and Raiders despite them beating us.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the tie comes into play if we don't get the division. If Bengals win, we're not out like the Browns. Browns are out if Bengals beat the Chiefs, but we're not. What we need to happen, obviously, win our last 2 games. Neither one of us can lose another game. And then the Raiders, Dolphins, and Chargers all need to lose one of their last 2 games, which is possible. If they all 3 win this week and the Bengals win, Steelers are eliminated before Monday night even happens. But I don't think that's going to happen. Dolphins have a tough last 2 games. They played the Titans and Patriots. They're going to lose one of those. I'm sure of it. Chargers play the Broncos this week. Raiders play the Colts. So as long as one of them lose this week, they both play each other week 17. And then we just need the one that won this week to lose that game. Basically, in summary, we just win our last 2. Bengals lose our last 2. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because all this complicated analytics, I feel like the guy on the big board, like, if this happens, this happens. Like, no. So win your last 2. That's what Steelers just need to do.
Yeah.
Just worry about yourself. Win your last 2. Hopefully the cards play out. We'll see. And if they don't, I mean, honestly,
you guys have overachieved.
We did.
I would say
honestly,
definitely overachieved.
When it comes down to it, I believe anyone that wins this division, maybe not the Bengals, but between the Ravens, Steelers, and Browns, I think we're one and done in the playoffs. Personally, that's what I believe. Out of those 3 teams, Bengals, it'll decide on matchup to see. I feel like they could win a game.
I think it'll depend. And I don't want to put the horse in front of whatever. I don't know the fucking saying, but the Browns defense is good enough to keep them in any game. So, like, if the Browns get there, their defense could keep them in any game. Kind of like the Bears defense was good enough to keep them in any game when Mitch Trubisky was their quarterback when they made the playoffs. And so we'll see. But as Browns fans, we're Browns fans, we're Chiefs fans, and we're Rams fans. If the Chiefs and the Rams win, we control our destiny. It's a matchup against the Steelers. Ben's last game at home on Monday Night Football. And we're the more talented team, but we lost to you guys.
Yeah.
So, like, we should win this game. We're favored in this game. We're favored going into Heinz Field on Monday Night Football.
I don't think that's ever happened.
So, Vegas knows we should win this game. So, you should win this game, and then you control your destiny at home against Cincinnati. Week 17, it'll get flexed to Sunday night because it'll be for the AFC North. First time in 20 years the Browns have had a chance.
18.
Whatever. Fuck the NFL. Although I kind of like it because it's benefiting us now. Week 18.
Yeah, we got an extra game. Because if we didn't have an extra game, we'd be done.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it comes down to that. You talked all this shit. You've said we've had the team. We've done this. We've done that. Coach of the year. Blah, 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 blah. You basically control your destiny because I believe the Chiefs and the Rams are both going to win.
I strongly
they both
believe that
need
too.
it. They both want it. They're both fighting for the bye week.
Wouldn't that be?
They're both fighting for their conference.
Though they both lose.
They both lose,
and that was just like a 60-yard field goal or something.
It would suck balls. It would suck major balls. But I believe it's going to happen. And if this team doesn't come out and we lose to you guys on Monday night, disappointment.
I think
biggest disappointment.
I think they'll solidify themselves as the biggest disappointment this year. Because
there's no not that you guys I respect you guys. You guys play well. It's a divisional game, but we're healthy.
I think Ben's coming out.
I know, but we're healthy, and our defense is no fucking joke. And Ben can come out, but our secondary is fucking good as shit, and our defensive line is healthy, and our linebackers are healthy. We finally got everybody off a COVID list. Like, we don't really have receivers, but our running game is good, and they're going to come out and they're going to fight for it.
And that's the problem.
That's what it's going to come down to.
He doesn't know when to use the
I know. Well, hopefully he can pull his head out of his ass and we can run this game.
And our run defense is 31st in the league.
I know.
So if he's still trusting passing with Baker Mayfield the entire game, we
ran the ball well. Chubb had 120-some yards rushing.
I get that, but certain situations, it's like, all right.
The only thing I'll say about
you got to take the game out of Baker's hands for a little bit. 4 interceptions and penalties or not.
Yeah.
4 interceptions are 4 interceptions.
I mean, he
and-
did have 2 very dumb interceptions. The other
Yeah.
2, there was blatant penalties that were called.
Yeah, but
Nonetheless, that impacted the play. I mean, the receiver got held and the ball got picked.
right.
The
but
player would have at
still,
least
his,
been in
his
the area.
decision making still wasn't
But but
strongest.
the receiver's not held. The player's open. He was
All right, but the other 2
he was
interceptions
open all.
are
No, the other
inexcusable.
and
That's
I
all I'm
agree.
saying.
Oh, I
That's all I'm
agree.
saying.
I 100% agree. And I think as soon as there was 50 seconds left, we had the ball at the 50-yard line and 3 timeouts. We should have just handed the ball off to Nick Chubb until there was 3 seconds left to kick the field goal, wherever the fuck the ball was.
That's
There's
exactly
no
what
way
I'm
you
saying.
were. I mean, you would have got
Packers couldn't stop him.
right. Couldn't stop him. He was getting 10 yards of carry.
And that's what I feel like is going
But-
to happen in this game
but-
on Monday night.
And we'll see. We'll see.
It's just because Baker needs to be. They need to show off his arm for some reason
Yeah,
when you have a tremendous running game
I
and going
understand.
against the 31st ranked rush defense. Like I'm already saying, I just wanted to make the playoffs for Ben's final year. Just give him a shot to make a run.
Yeah.
But I personally think we're one and done, even if we make it, and probably get embarrassed again. So I just don't have confidence in this team. I thought we were going to be close against the Chiefs. I knew we wouldn't win. I said I picked them for the fun of it, but it was only 1. So,
Yeah.
so whatever. It is what it is. I just want Ben to make the playoffs his final year. But also, in other news, Ben, he says that this will be his final year or final home game.
Yeah.
A day after Rodgers said he's going to make a quick decision on where he's going when the
Interesting.
season ends. So
He's
we'll
gonna-
see.
I think he's going to stay in Green Bay.
And guess what? We have enough money to get Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Fine. We'll just have to end his career too. It's fine. Whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
know. He praised Tomlin. I'm just stating facts. That's all I'm stating. Just saying. I'm stating facts with my opinion
All right.
mixed in
We'll
as
see
well.
what happens.
So we'll see. I know you'll be salty, but
Not really. I'll just have a new enemy. And I want him to die even more than I wanted Ben to ever die.
oh god.
Because he's a little bitch. He goes to the fucking Steelers.
Just because you don't hear me saying Baker's a little. I'm stating facts.
You have no reason to hate Baker. Aaron Rodgers is fucking amazing.
I don't even say I hate.
It's
anyone.
different. Don't even start, bro. Don't
It's-
even start. You're not a Browns fan. You don't know what I've been through. I don't want to hear it.
I
Have
know
you-
what I've been through with the Patriots with Tom Brady.
Listen,
I don't say
at least you got to go in the
going
playoffs.
around
At least
saying
you've
I
been
hate Tom Brady.
You did when you played him. You did not like Tom Brady.
I didn't. I never said I hated him and I wanted him
don't care.
injured.
I'm a Browns fan. I'm built different. All right.
Yeah,
I'll say. I
you're
hate
built
people.
like an asshole.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what it
care.
is.
I don't care. I've been through enough
Sorry,
suffering.
I know. I mean, losing
Enough suffering.
eventually catches up to you.
Yeah.
And don't talk
You'll
about
have your time.
losing. Hold
You'll
on.
have your time. You'll
Out
have
of
your time.
all 3 professional sports teams, who's my
Baseball's not even.
favorite? Who's my favorite?
This is a football.
I
This is a
I
football.
get that. I'm just
the
stating.
football
I'm
YouTube
stating more
live show.
facts. I'm stating more facts. Who do I like the
Football.
most out of the Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers?
Pirates. It's
Okay.
not- it's not the
So I don't
sport.
want to hear about losing. Right?
It's a football podcast.
Right. All right, but I don't want to hear about
Yeah.
losing because I
Because you win enough in
understand.
hockey and in
All right.
football.
All
I
right.
don't win in shit. I get 1 championship in 2016.
You go to the World Series. You just can't capitalize.
All right.
You won with the Cavs. Good job.
And you're a Cavs fan, so
I don't like the NBA.
yeah.
We've been through this.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead.
You like the
Do
one
we
they
have
won?
anything else? I didn't like them when they won. I respected the NBA when they won. Now I don't respect the NBA at all. So if I still respect the NBA, oh yeah, I'd be watching them.
No, not before picks, not really. But isn't it crazy that every team still in our division has a chance to win it? Like
Yeah.
Ravens can still win it. Obviously, the Bengals are the favorite to win it. But like,
Bengals have the easiest route.
Yeah.
Just got to win a game.
oh, they have to beat the Chiefs. That's hard, and they have to beat us, and they haven't done that in a while. So Baker Mayfield loves to play that.
I'm just saying,
So,
scenario-wise, they have it the easiest.
no,
so-
absolutely. They just have to win.
Just
one
got to
game.
win one of your last 2.
They have the 2
I
toughest.
feel like they're
opponents,
not going
probably.
to, personally.
Me either. So
I mean, they're playing at a high level, but I don't think it's high enough to beat. I don't think it's high enough.
they
to
have
beat
spurts
the
like
Chiefs.
that.
It's not high enough to
Yeah.
beat the Chiefs. And if the Browns beat the Steelers on Sunday, I don't think it would be high enough to beat the Browns just because Browns at home. That game's going to be for the division. I just think the home team wins that game.
And
personally.
like you have to think, Joe Burrow. Let's just go on this amazing game. He won me $150 in FanDuel because I had him in my lineup for 525 yards and 4 tutties because he just that depleted Ravens secondary. But Chiefs defense ain't depleted. They turned it around. They hit that midway point and they figured their shit out. And our secondary ain't the Ravens secondary. And we showed that we could go to their place and beat them. And coming in here, if they come here on Sunday night for a Sunday, it's not Sunday Night Football yet, but you have to imagine it would be.
It would be if that situation arises.
If they think about viewership. Yeah. Coming here in that environment, I was at the Raiders game, and it was a 5:00 start. You think if we have all day on a Sunday to prepare to win our first AFC North, that place is going to be hostile.
Yeah, you guys have never won the AFC.
Like, hostile. Like, you're not going to come in there and throw for 525 yards. It ain't happening, bro.
Well, the Ravens secondary is.
I know, but
I think they're worse than the Steelers secondary.
If you think it's probably will be the crazy, like if you think I'm not going to that game, you're nuts. Like it'd probably be the craziest game in that stadium ever. So let's hope that could happen. I mean, it would suck for you, but it'd be awesome.
I mean,
I'll buy you a ticket. You want to go to the game? We'll go together.
I mean, if you buy me a ticket,
all right, I'll buy you a ticket.
I'm not going to spend money to watch.
I know, but I'll buy you a ticket. Will you wear a Browns jersey if I buy you a ticket?
No.
If I buy you a Browns hat?
I won't wear a Steeler jersey.
All right, that's fair. Brown shirt? Like just a brown shirt?
No,
not even.
I'm not rooting for the Browns.
All right, you're going to root for the Bengals?
I'm not going to root for either one. I just go enjoy some football. That's all.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see if that happens.
I mean, it'd be your heartbreak, so I do it for you.
I mean, I'll bring my terrible towel, keep it in my pocket, and just be like,
it'd be a bad idea.
I'm not an idiot. I'm not one of those people that wear a Steeler jersey to
a Browns
Bengals game. Like I'm asking to get my ass kicked, but whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into our week 17 picks. So tallied the totals after 16 weeks. I'm at 142, 81, and 1. 1,244 points. Frank's at 132, 92, and 1 with 1,147 points. So a little ways off.
Yeah, I ain't catching them.
Yeah, you hate to see it. You ain't catching them, just like you ain't catching them.
Yeah, well, okay, calm down.
All right, let's go ahead and dive on in. So there's no Thursday night game today.
Nope.
So we'll start off 1:00 game. Oh, timeout. Texans beat the Chargers.
Yeah, I know. They cost me money in another thing, but yeah, I won the FanDuel.
And we both picked them with our 16th confidence. So
I don't want to talk about that.
So can't wait to see our 16th this week. All right, but Atlanta at Buffalo, 1:00.
I got the Bills. They're still playing for the division because if they lose out and the Patriots win out, I know they play the Jets next week, but. You know, anything can happen. Jets could want to go out and on a little hot streak too in the offseason. But yeah, I think they're going to take care of business. They're at home, and they need it. I mean, the Falcons need it too, but the Bills are the team that's supposed to be going to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Falcons
they've been slight of
kind
of a disappointment in a way too, but
yeah,
I think they'll get back on track too.
Yeah.
What do you have them at?
My 15th overall.
15th. I also have the Bills. I think it's a given. Falcons' offense is non-existent. Their defense is not that good. Bills, that is a big win against the Patriots. They needed that. They haven't really had a big win in recent weeks, so they got that. I'm taking them with the 15th as well.
There's our wash already.
And then a meaningless, pointless game, Giants-Bears.
I'm taking the Bears. They impressed me last week.
Yeah.
And for my Chicago people, but only with my first confidence because, why not?
Yeah, and Giants, they shut down Daniel Jones for the rest of the year, so they're between Mike Glennon, Jake Fromm. No, Bears looked good last week. Comeback win against Seattle, so I'm taking the Bears with the third. Maybe you should have started Nick Foles the whole year. Who knows? Kansas City and Cincinnati, big game.
Big game.
We all know who we're rooting for.
And I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking them with my 16th because I need them. Which is bullshit. Because I'm an Indians fan. But the Chiefs can go ahead and do that fucking shit.
All right.
Ridiculous.
I'm taking Kansas City with my 11th.
Yeah, that's right. We're confident, baby. Fuck the Bungles.
Yeah. Fuck them. All right. Miami and Tennessee.
This would be a good game. I think this could go either way. The Titans, but getting A.J. Brown back has helped the Titans tremendously. Like, opens up their running game more, has the receiver that can actually catch the ball and get open. God, must be nice. But I am going to take the Dolphins. They're on a hot streak. I like how their defense has been playing, and I just think they're going to find a way to get it done, and it'll keep that AFC South division interesting.
I respect what the Dolphins have done, 7 straight wins and everything. I mean, but if you do look at those 7 wins, I
lied. I'm taking the Titans.
I was going to say this is an impressive run by them and everything.
Decision, yeah.
Impressive run, but their most impressive win was the Ravens, and we know how the Ravens are now. So, with that being said, I think first of all I need this. Second of all, if not this week, I need the Dolphins to lose next week. But I'm taking Tennessee at home with my 7th. I feel like the Dolphins, 7 straight wins is impressive, but now they got the tough 2 games between they lost both games to Buffalo. They lost to New England prior to their 7-game winning streak.
Yeah.
And like I said, their best win in that win streak was Baltimore. And we know the downward spiral they're on. So no disrespect to the Dolphins, but I'm taking the Titans. It's impressive what they did.
No,
First team to ever
absolutely.
win 7 in a row after losing 7 in a row.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, definitely.
Tennessee with my 7th. What were they?
Second.
Second.
Me. Yep.
All right. Raiders and Colts.
I'm taking the Colts.
No Carson Wentz, keep in mind, but they still have their offensive line coming back, and they have Jonathan Taylor.
And
so that's pretty much all you need.
And with the new CDC rules, he could be back.
He's unvaccinated, though, so he might.
It's still only 5 days.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll just have to test negative and have no symptoms.
Gotcha.
So he could be back for the game, but like you just said, their offensive line's back.
Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor's
that's
there.
all you really need. Sam Ellinger just needs to know how to hand the ball off, and they should be good.
Right. And their defense is good enough to stop the Raiders' offense.
Raiders are one of those teams that can lose any given week.
Right, because their run defense
to
is
anyone.
Good. Yeah. And their offense is – Derek Carr's not bad, but, they don't have weapons. Mm-hmm. And if we could stop the run and get them backed up, then they don't really have that much of an offense. So I'm taking the Colts with my 13th.
I'm taking the Colts with my 12th. So it's one of those games that I need. Better get it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say.
As Browns fans, you want that too because we lost the Raiders, but still very unrealistic.
We lost to the Raiders when John Gruden was still in. You guys lost him to that special teams coordinator
on a Monday at 5:00, and our special teams coordinator was our coach too. With our 3rd string quarterback.
Love it.
And we almost won.
All right, and then this is pretty obvious. Jacksonville, New England.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking the Patriots, and I'm taking them with my 12th.
I thought you already took somebody with your 12th.
No, you took someone with your 12th.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Titan. They were Colts.
Come on.
I'm taking the Patriots with my 16th. I have no respect for Jacksonville. They're so bad.
I mean, they almost beat the Jets.
Yeah.
They were in the game.
They almost beat the Jets.
All right. I was trying to.
All right, Buccaneers and Jets. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucs with my 14th.
Jets have looked better over the weeks, I will say. Zach Wilson's actually kind of getting used to this.
Yeah.
So he had a 56-yard touchdown run last week. Then again, played Jacksonville. But Jets aren't good enough yet. Taking the Buccaneers with my 14th.
All right, it's another wash.
There it is. Eagles and Washington. Washington is dysfunctional.
Yeah, and the Eagles are hot. They're like the Dolphins of the NFC, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're the leading running team in the NFL, rushing team.
They have the last playoff spot right
now.
now.
Last playoff spot, and their defense is playing very well. So I'm taking the Eagles with my 10th.
I'm taking the Eagles with my 5th, just because we all know NFC East is NFC East.
I mean,
you still never know.
It's fair.
So that's the reason for the low confidence level there. But the Eagles are. They do remind me of the Dolphins of the NFC. So, and their wins have been impressive, a little bit more impressive too. So, yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. Rams and Ravens.
Obviously, we're taking the Rams.
Obviously, I mean, we don't really need the Ravens to lose, except to us.
I mean, I need the.
You do,
because I don't. No offense, but not that I don't think you can beat the Ravens again, but I don't want to have to root for the Steelers to beat the Ravens.
I don't want to have to root for the Browns to beat the Bengals if we're in that situation. But if we're in that situation, I'm going to have to.
I know.
I may, if the Steelers are a different time. If Steelers beat the Browns,
I'm not going to the game if the Steelers beat the Browns.
You're not going to the Browns and
Fuck
Bengals?
no.
I'm like, maybe I would go then and root for the Browns. But yeah, I'm taking the Rams with my 10th. Ravens are downward spiral. I think they lose their last 2 games on it. I think they lose to us too.
I hope so.
So
That's where we beat you. I'm taking the Rams with my 11.
all right, Broncos Chargers, another game the Steelers need. Definitely need the Broncos to win, but I think the Chargers, after losing the Texans last week, I don't know if they're going to let that happen this week. So I'm taking the Chargers with my 8th.
I'm taking the Broncos because it's a division game. Their defense shut
Broncos
them down
did
the
beat
first
them,
time they played. There's no reason why they won't shut them down again.
I sure hope you're right. This is the pick I want
and
not to happen. But
Broncos is my 3rd. I don't and like when you come out and lose to the Texans the way you lose to the Texans, I get that like some of your receivers were down and Joey Bosa wasn't there. You still have Keenan Allen. Like you still have Justin fucking Herbert. Make it fucking work.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't lose the team to Davis Mills, who's a rookie who played like 10 games in college in 5 years because he kept tearing his ACLs or something. And he just came out and smoked you. And you got outplayed, outcoached by a fucking Coley who should not be a coach. He got hired because he's a good moral guy and they needed him that fucking front office. And you came out and lost. And the Broncos, I like Vic Fangio. They're a defensive team. And I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater's playing this week or not.
No, Drew Lock started.
Drew Lock started, but they still have a good running game. And you know what? The Chargers have a terrible run defense.
And honestly, the Broncos are playing for their playoff.
Yeah, the Broncos are still in it.
They're still in it too. So
and as Browns fans,
I think they need a lot more scenarios to happen. But
yeah, and as Browns fans, you beat the Broncos, you lost to the Chargers. Just like you, we need the Broncos to win because we would have the tiebreaker over them if it came down to that scenario for a wild card spot. But we need a lot of other teams to lose in front of us, like the Patriots. The Patriots have a tiebreaker over us, the Raiders, the Chargers. So like it's very Chargers have to lose out. Like we need the same things you need basically, but you have the tie.
Yeah, so it's going to benefit us,
right?
Probably.
And that's if we lose to you, we're basically done. So, but I am taking the Broncos as my 3rd.
All right, quick pick. Texans, 49ers.
Niners, 7th.
Niners, 13th. Cardinals, Cowboys.
This is gonna be a great game. I think this could determine. Probably won't determine who'll be the 1 seed. I think the Packers are gonna win out, but it could determine who has home field that these 2 teams play in the playoffs because I think it'll determine 2-3. And it can determine if the Cardinals become a wild card team or not. The Cowboys have already clinched the division, but they're still playing for the 1 seed. I'm taking the Cowboys with my 6th.
I think the Cardinals are one of those teams, once again, just like last year. Last year, they started off great but missed the playoffs. This year, they started off great.
They started off good enough this year that
they made the playoffs, but they're going to be a one and done.
Yeah, and they made it because the Rams won.
I don't care who they play. They can play Philadelphia. They're one and
Yeah,
done. I don't see the Cardinals going anywhere, so I'm taking the Cowboys with my 9th. Cowboys, like you said, still fighting for that 1 seed. 1 seed's up for grabs. So I think, in hindsight, Packers will take it, but because I don't see them losing again.
Yeah,
but I mean, you got to keep trying. So Cowboys 9. I would say pointless game, but not really for the Saints. Carolina and New Orleans.
I have the Saints with my 8th.
Panthers are just.
They're starting Sam Darnold this week, but I don't think that makes a difference. No. And the Saints are playing for the playoffs, so they're still fighting for that playoff spot. So
and they're right there. Even with the loss last week, they're still right there. So I'm taking the Saints with my 4th. Then we got Detroit and Seattle. Another pointless game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions because Dan Campbell gets his players to play. And Detroit and Seattle lost at home to Nick Foles and the fucking Bears when they had a lead late in the game. And Detroit ain't about that. They're going to come out playing fucking hard and want to win. So they're going to win, I think, easily.
You would think I'd take the Lions here, but I'm actually taking Seattle because I figured you'd take the Lions. So
yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
Jazz up the pointless games here. I'm taking the Seahawks only with my 1st, though, because this game could go either way. Yeah. Seahawks are pretty bad. I think this is it for Pete Carroll. And then that brings us to Sunday Night Football between Minnesota and Green Bay. Minnesota fighting for their playoff lives. Green Bay trying to get that 1 seed.
Minnesota, I know I said earlier I think Green Bay will win out. I forgot they played Minnesota. I picked Minnesota to win. They beat them earlier this year, and Minnesota's fighting for that playoff spot. And it's pretty much their season's on the line. So just based off of that, I picked them with my 5th because I think they need it more than the Packers do. Packers could still win next week, and I think
They could still get the 1 seed.
1 seed.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they're either playing the Bears or the Lions.
Actually, I don't know
so.
because I think this week they need a win and a loss from somebody. I think the Cowboys lost they need.
Okay.
So if they lose this week, it might not be that easy next week. So
Maybe not. They might. Because they might.
I'm pretty sure I saw where they need to win and Cowboys need to lose in order for them to clinch the 1 seed this week.
I think it's gonna be a great game. I think it's a great Sunday night matchup. They always show up and play well versus each other.
This is going to be a great game.
But yeah, I'm taking the Vikings to my 5th.
I personally don't see the Packers losing another game. Vikings did beat them the first game of the year. Vikings are, or not the first game of the year, but the first time they played. Vikings are fighting for their playoff lives, but Sunday night in Green Bay, I just feel like when it comes down to it, they'll have a tough time stopping Rodgers, especially like he's preparing for playoff time now.
Yeah.
So he's getting into Rodgers' playoff time.
He's doing it. LeBron flipped the switch.
Yeah, pretty much. And so I'm taking the Packers, only with my 6th, though, because I think it would be a competitive
Yeah, I mean, it's an AFC, or it's an NFC
North,
NFC
which is
North
also
matchup.
intense. Not as intense as AFC North.
No, but those 2 teams at the top always, and the Bears usually give fights to their defense. But
absolutely.
now the Lions, Dan Campbell has those boys fighting. They get some talent on that team.
Oh, I mean, they got
to be
star in the making with St. Brown.
Yeah,
and they just
Swift
need,
is
they need a
solid running back.
New quarterback. Goff is not the answer, but Swift is a good running back. They got some good pieces on defense. A couple from Penn
Maybe
State.
they'll take that kid from Pitt.
Never know. He is projected the first quarterback now, so Steelers' chances of getting him are down the road probably.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the game of the week for us.
It's a game of the week for the NFL, really. Come on. It's going to be a great game.
I mean, I guess.
They couldn't ask for a better Monday night matchup.
No.
For the last Monday Night Football matchup of the year.
Yeah.
They did well in that.
Yeah.
Considering last week it was the Saints and the Dolphins.
Yeah. Dolphins just whipped
them. But yeah, we both know who we're picking in this game. Obviously picking I'm just kidding. I'm taking the Browns with my 9th. For many of the reasons I said earlier. It's not that I don't respect you, but like they should come out and win this game.
We're picking emotionally in this game.
But they should come out and win this game. Like, they have the better roster. They're healthier. You have the better quarterback, I guess. He's played better.
He's definitely played better.
He's played way better down the stretch.
Yeah.
Down the second half of the season, he's definitely played better than I thought he could play. And we have you have a good running game. We have a better running offense. And there's no reason
we
why
don't really have a great running game. I just think
you have a good run, but Najee Harris, you have a good back who makes good. Like,
but
it's not like
our offensive line could definitely help him out a little bit more than they are. So.
But the Browns should win this game. They're favored to win this game.
Well, on the contrary, I am taking the Steelers. What did you take the Browns with?
My 9th.
Okay, I'm taking the Steelers with my 2nd, obviously, because us. Like the Raiders can lose any given Sunday to any given team, especially an AFC North matchup. But I think, especially learning about the news that broke today about Ben Roethlisberger announcing this would probably be his last game at Heinz Field, at least in the regular season. I just personally, yes, I'll admit Browns have a better team. Steelers, in my opinion, have played better than the Browns this year, only because the Browns underperformed.
We played better against the Chiefs than you did.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, Chiefs started off very poorly. They've won 8 games, blowing out everyone since then.
Fair enough.
So,
it was opening game. They didn't play bad.
Yeah, they didn't play bad or anything. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Even when they started off slow, you're still scared to play them.
Right.
So, no, I mean, the Browns play better against the Chiefs, play better against the Packers, we beat you, and we played better, and I think Ben Roethlisberger in his last game at Heinz Field, despite how bad our team is playing, they're all going to play for him. They're going to come out. I'm not going to say they're going to crush the Browns because it's AFC North, probably not going to happen, but I'd like to see it. Because just one last hurrah, like a few Browns.
I feel like
this is peace out. But I think it's going to be a great game, and I think it's going to come down the wire. Maybe even a game-winning kick. I just feel like Ben is going to get it done. Even if we don't make the playoffs, I just want him to get it done at his final home game, despite who they're playing. They could have been playing somebody else. I'd feel the same way. But now that they're playing the Browns, this would be just so much sweeter. So.
No, and I feel like you're hoping for that moral victory, and I'm more of our defense should come out and shut you down.
All right, I get that. And yes, it is a moral victory for me, only because I strongly believe we're going to be a one and done in the playoffs. So
I think it's more so that I'll be more disappointed if we lose than you would be disappointed if you lost.
Yeah, in a way, because Ben could still win his last game ever against Baltimore, which would be sweet too.
Right.
So,
and I would root for you in that game. I'm gonna.
You might as well. Might as well.
One
last hurrah.
God, if we don't end this career, I'm just saying it could be his last home game,
but
the last game ever.
But that's all the time we have. Be sure to watch us and like us and all that stuff.
Brought to you by
Little Hugs. Little Hugs did not pay us for that advertisement, so you're welcome. But can't wait to talk week 18 because it's either you're in a good position or we're in a good position.
Our season's going to be on the
both
line,
of our seasons could be over.
Right. It's going to be
Monday Night Football.
We might not do a podcast next week.
I doubt it would be because I don't see the Bengals beating the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So therefore,
it's not over because even if the Ravens win, we would need you to win.
So yeah. All right, but that's all the time we have.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Have a happy New Year. I'll be doing it virtually from Florida because why not? It's the New Year, so I'm going to Florida.
Yeah.
But we're going to get it done, and hopefully we'll both be playing for playoffs in Week 17.
Let's get it.
That's all you can ask.
That's going to be
I don't know if it's possible, but it's all you can ask.
Did
you still get a wild card spot if you lose to us?
No. Okay. We're done. The loser of this game is done.
Well, good luck. So one of our seasons is going to end on Monday.
All right. That's all the time we have.
Go Browns.
Go USA. Go Steelers. See you next time.